Hi guys. So for today's video, we are going to be getting a message from your ancestors to help you get through whatever you're going through right now. And so we have 3 piles, pile 1, 2, 3. Take a moment to get in touch with your intuition and your higher self and pick the pile you feel most drawn to. And if you enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, subscribe. All of that helps to support my channel, and it helps to spread these messages to other people who could maybe use to hear them as well. And if you really enjoy this channel, you can find my PayPal link and my Amazon wish list in the comments below, and you can make a donation to the channel through those sources. So let's get started with pile 1. So for pile 1, first off, I want to say that you might be hiding a lot of your pain. You might be experiencing a lot of hurt or a lot of despair over something in your life. Also, I'm feeling like you might be testing out a lot of different options, and you're like, oh, this one's too hot, this one's too cold, this one's just right. You might also be trying to stitch together something. You may be looking for someone to really show you that you are valuable and worthy, and the person that's going to show you that you're valuable and worthy the most is yourself. How you treat yourself is how everyone else is going to treat you too. So if you aren't loving yourself and you aren't respecting yourself and you aren't showing yourself how worthy or deserving you are, other people are not going to do that either. The relationship you have with yourself is the basis and the foundation of the relationship that you have with everyone else around you. You may have some thorns, but everybody else has their thorns too. He who wants a rose must respect the thorn. Persian proverb. So if people can't handle you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. And understanding that, knowing that, and making sure to take action to reflect that is going to be very important for this pile. You may be somebody who really loves the earth. You may want to travel a lot, or you may want to do a lot of activist type things to protect the earth, to help the earth, to you may even just do the small things that you can do, like picking up trash in your area or things like that. You're somebody who has a lot of passion, and I feel like a lot of you kind of keep that passion caged up at times because other people can't handle that passion that you have. But here's the thing, the people that are meant to be in your life and that are good for you and that are really the right types of people for you are going to be able to handle that passion, because they're going to have their own passion too. But then again, you also got to remember that you got to be able to handle their passion. We have the King of Beers. So you may be putting a lot of your pain or sadness or hurt into alcohol. Ooh. I'm an astronaut in the ocean. I can't remember the name of that song right now, but when your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. That song, if anybody knows what that is, put it in the comments below. But, or I will if I remember. I think it's called Astronaut in the Ocean. Anyway, I feel like you may have a lot of people talking shit about you around you, or you may have had to deal with a lot of people telling you that you're crazy, or telling you that, you can't do the things you want to do, things like that. And you might be cutting off a lot of your shine and not expressing who you really are, not coloring outside the lines, not being the different, beautiful version of you, that the real version of you, simply because of everybody else's problem with the way that you are. And it's time to let that go. It's time to look at the pain and not try to cover it up with some other means. We have Red Lion, Gold Country, Elko's Place rewards, 566327. You may even be gambling in order to stem some of that pain as well. You also may have dealt with a lot of players in the past as well. And July 1st, 2019 could be important to some of you as well. So let's see what this channeled message says first. I don't remember exactly what these say because I wrote them yesterday, but... And you know what? When I'm doing that, a lot of times I forget right afterwards for most of them. Some of them I think about for hours, but... Hidden pain. I cry these silent tears today. Compassion has never came my way. If I'm upset, it's always crazy. All my thoughts are so hazy. I'm always there to give a hug. My heartstrings, they always tug. But on the flip side, I'm alone. No one enters that crazy zone. I'm treated as less for my tears or opening up and expressing my fears. It's allowed for all but me. I'm tired of not being free. Why is it okay for others to cry, but when it's me, they can't understand why? I haven't always been the best on this front, accused others like me of having a front. All because it was done to me. I know better now. I now know better and set you free. So it's time to not only stop feeling like vulnerability is a weakness, stop feeling like you're going to be called crazy or labeled crazy for having emotions. It's also time to stop placing that heavy burden on the other people around you as well. Like I was saying before, you not only have to expect that people who really love you are going to accept you with all of your thorns and your beauty. If they can't accept you at your worst, they can't have you at your best. But you're also going to have to do that for other people as well. I know that I was told a lot as a child that I shouldn't be crying, that it wasn't okay to cry, that I was too sensitive, too emotional, too blah, 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 blah. Or the other people were too busy burying their fucking emotions to actually be able to handle anybody else's. And that may be a lot of what you're doing right now, is burying your emotions. So it's hard to handle the emotions of others as well when you're doing that yourself. You expect them to keep their cool, calm, collectedness all the time because you are. And here's the thing, everybody has emotions. Some people are burying them, some people are numbing them, some people are expressing them. Be the ones who express those emotions. We have the deer and the panther. So in order to break the chains of things and cycles that have been repeating in your family, you're really going to have to look at your mom, and you're really going to have to look at the way that you parent. Whether that be your own kids or whether that be watching other people's kids, it doesn't matter. You're going to have to look at those things. You might be a little bit shocked at what you find there, and you might understand things in a deeper way. There's going to be some sort of shocking revelation that's going to come to you. Observe, watch, notice the things that are taking place. And sometimes you may have a habit of moving out of the way when things are getting a little thick and heavy and running the other direction. And your ancestors are asking you to observe without feeling the need to run. And that this is really going to cause a lot of awareness inside of yourself about maybe some of the things that you have been doing, that you have been upset that other people did in your life. And it's time to forgive those other people, and it's time to forgive yourself in the same way. We have the Queen of Swords and we have the Nine of Wands. So you have been through the ringer. You have been through a lot in your life. You have really faced so much hardship, so much pain, so much hurt. Especially from those people that have just been very unemotional, logical, analytical. Maybe those people who really picked apart everything you had going on. You have learned so much from that. You have learned a lot. You have really grown. Your intelligence is amazing. You are very understanding, very perceptive, very knowledgeable. You see right through things, and you know when trouble is coming. And you have the ability and capability to stand and face it, to maybe even affect it in a way for the better. But that's going to take you being able to tap into that more vulnerable, sensitive side of yourself. I know that that part of yourself has been hurt and abused several times in the past by a lot of different people. But that doesn't mean it's going to be anymore, because you are also somebody who can protect and defend yourself. You are somebody who can set those boundaries in proper, appropriate, healthy places. You are somebody who commands that respect. And you are almost out the other side of all of this craziness. It's just going to take a few more steps to get there. Hanged Man, the Chariot, and the Knight of Wands. So, yeah, you're being asked to look at things in a different way, to understand why others may have been hot and cold in the past, or why others may have tried to play you, why others may have tried to keep you tied down or weighted down, and to see those things from a different perspective, to see and understand those things from the other people's shoes, to be able to accept that they have a shadow side, just like you have a shadow side, that everybody has a shadow side. Nobody is this perfect human being walking around with absolutely nothing going on. People have emotions, and that's the way it is. What you do with those emotions, that's a different thing. That determines whether or not you're being a good person or a bad person. And at the same freaking time, everybody makes mistakes at times. So it's time to really look at those things, examine those things, see what parts of those things you carry within yourself. And if you really don't like those things, the only thing that you can control is whether or not you're still behaving that way, not whether or not anybody else is. And the changes you make in your life is going to be reflected through the things that are going on in your life and the people that are going on in your life. So you're also being asked to explore what you truly want, and to go through all this baggage that you have in the past again, to sort it out, to look through it, to fold it up, and to put it back in a neat way, instead of shoving it underneath the bed and ignoring it. That's the biggest thing here. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonates, what you might be going through, what you've had to go through throughout your life, because I feel like you have a lot of good things that you could share with other people that would really help other people see things from a different perspective as well. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 2. Pile 2. So for you guys, let's see what your ancestors would like to say to you about the current issues that you are facing in your life. Sorry. Give me a second. About the current issues you are facing in your life. I feel like a lot of you have tried to shove your differences into a box. You've really boxed up everything about you that stands out or shines. You have contained it all within this little box, and you're really having a hard time even admitting that you have any of these qualities. I feel like a lot of you are hiding yourself from the world. You may have went through some severe abuse in your childhood that caused you to handle stressful situations by disappearing or by becoming invisible, by not being seen or heard or felt. I feel like a lot of you could have gotten in trouble for being too loud when you were a kid, or you could have gotten in trouble for drawing too much attention to your family or the people around you. You could have dealt with parents that wanted everything to look perfect from the outside. But you know what I have found out in my life? When it looks perfect from the outside, there's usually far more decay on the inside. Some people like to pretend that they are holier than thou, and they're overly righteous and overly... they don't accept you unless you are the same way. And I feel like a lot of you, it's going to take a lot of unconditional love for yourself and others around you. But you are somebody who is meant to be a communicator, somebody who's meant to bring peace to situations, somebody who is meant to dispel that negative, lower vibrational energy. And you have a very strong connection to the spirit realm, to your ancestors, to your angels. You have a lot of signs and synchronicities that come in for you. You are somebody who is meant to be that leader, but you can't be that leader if you are stuck in this invisibility zone. If you are stuck denying everything you are and everything you would like to be. You can't hide from who you are. You can't hide from what you are. But what you can do is start expressing those things. Also, another thing to notice, if you have continued to be abused in your adult life, that invisibility is a big part of it. Predators know what to look for and prey. A lot of times they are going to go for the person that is quiet, alone in the corner, that doesn't want to cause any conflict, that doesn't want to cause anybody to be looking at them, that doesn't want anybody to be seeing them. And 1977 could be important to you as well, collectible. I feel like you lost a lot of the shine you have simply because you didn't want the attention on you, because you received far too much bad attention on you. And And sadly, that throws you into a cycle of receiving that bad attention simply because you're not going to do anything about it or say anything about it. You have been through so much in your life, but you have worked so hard to really polish yourself, to really find that beauty within. And it's time to show that beauty within, because you have a lot of beauty within. You may even have a lot of offers knocking on your door or opportunities coming your way once you decide to stop living the life that everybody else wants you to live and you start deciding to live the life that you want to live. Let's see what your message says. I don't remember exactly what this says. I could see the invisible thing, so I remember it was the poem about invisible. But I'm never heard no matter how loud. Why are others always so proud? I speak, I scream, I fight to be heard, but no one ever hears a word. I fight so hard to be seen, and visibility is my scene. I fade to the back, always in lack. It's time to embrace myself. It's time to free me from that shelf. Long lost pain, it's time to go. What I reap, I will sow. I change the view I have of me. That's all it takes to set me free. Don't be afraid of being seen. Hiding won't save you. In fact, it could be even more dangerous. So it's time to allow the things that you have been keeping boxed up to be seen. It's time to open Pandora's box and to allow it to not be the end of the world. Eagle, to go your own way. Go your own way. I can't remember any of the rest of the lyrics from that song or what the name is of it, but that popped in my head when I said that. So, go your own way. You are somebody who is meant to be a leader, like I said before. You are very much an individual. You have so many different things about yourself, and they are beautiful. Stop feeling like all of the differences about you are bad, because they are amazing. You are somebody who is meant to spread positivity, cheer, joy, love, light everywhere you go. And the only way that you can do that is if you step into these shoes and step up to this role of who you're meant to be, instead of hiding it away from the world. It's time to be yourself regardless of what anybody else thinks, and to decide that I can do this on my own if I have to. Also, you could stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. Oh no, I stand my ground, won't be turned around. That was horrible. But anyway, yeah. It's time to decide that you don't care. There are worse things in this life than death. Stop being afraid of things that may or may not happen, and start just being you. And anybody who falls away, let all of those people fall away, and let your real family and your real soul tribe come in, instead of the ones who have tried to keep you boxed up forever. We have the Four of Cups and the Two of Cups. So you may not be seeing the blessings in your life. You may not be seeing what's right in front of you, because you might be spending so much of your time protecting your heart that you are not, that you're kind of being selfish with your love instead of giving it out. And a lot of that is because you don't want to be hurt by other people. You don't want to let them into your world. You don't want to let them into your sphere. You don't want to let them into what's going on inside of you emotionally, because you feel like they would turn away, or because you feel like all the things you got going on inside of you are not important. The only thing that's important is what's going on inside of everybody else, and I'm supposed to be there to be their friend and help them through it. But what about you? What about you? You need to start being your own friend. You need to start making yourself feel comfortable with being you, not just helping others to be comfortable with being themselves, but also being comfortable with being you. You have the Five of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Ten of Wands. So it's time for you to take up responsibility, to fight for your happiness, to stop overthinking things to the point that it hurts you and causes you to clam yourself up and shove yourself in a little box, and to start really to stop avoiding conflict. Stop avoiding situations that may end up getting a little out of control. And it's time to stop overworking yourself in friendships, and to expect other people to put in some work as well, but also to start seeing the things that you have to be proud of, the things that you have to be happy about, to start focusing on gratitude for the love and the beauty and the positivity and the joy in your life, and to know that through doing that, you're going to spread much more joy and happiness to others than you ever would have if you would have stayed in this state of protecting yourself from conflicts, protecting yourself and blocking yourself off from all of those things that want to come in for you, and you may be a workaholic. You may throw a lot of it into your work and just ignore the pain you're going through. And it's time to be your own best friend and to highlight the pain you're going through and do something about it. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you had to say about it, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through, what you might have gone through in the past. I'm sure that anything you have to add to the conversation in the comments would really help not only yourself but other people as well. And so I would really love to hear about it in the comments, and I'm sure other people would too. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye bye, guys. Pile 3. So for you guys, let's see what your ancestors have to say about your current situation and what you might be going through. I feel like you need to surrender to the changes in your life. I feel like you really need to be okay with exploring your own path and walking down it. Not worry about what anybody else thinks about that path. Allow yourself to believe in the magic. Allow yourself to believe in the things that you choose to believe in instead of having to follow the crowd or having to believe in what others believe in. We have the brownie cap. You may be very good with children. You may be a leader for children of some kind. There's a need here to work on your root chakra as well as your throat chakra. Having the confidence to express yourself and say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Anyway, you also may be somebody who is very great at divinatory things. And you may have dealt with a lot of people who have called you crazy throughout your life because of those things, who chose not to believe in what you had to say. But that doesn't mean you need to choose to not believe it. You know what's real and what isn't real. You know what signs you're receiving. Don't let anybody convince you otherwise. Turn more into your spirituality. Allow yourself to see the beauty within yourself and to see the beauty within your gifts instead of shunning them. It's time to really be that star and to recognize yourself for all the beautiful, amazing things you do, for all the inspiration you bring to others, for the leadership you put out there, for the caregiving, the nurturing, the loving that you put out there. It's time to recognize yourself for that and not to worry whether or not anybody else is recognizing you for that. It's also time to start expecting an equal exchange, an equal give and take in situations, and to realize that money is not good or evil, and money is not more important than anything else either. You know what? For how many people say that money is so evil, they sure do place it on a giant fucking pedestal. They sit there and tell me that I would be evil to ask for money for what I'm doing because I'm a spiritual leader and I shouldn't be asking for money for what I'm doing. I should just be doing it for free for everybody and anybody. And yet at the same time, I still need to eat and I still need to feed my kids, and nobody else is going to do that for me. Nobody else is going to give me an equal exchange, whether it be money or food, unless I actually demand that equal exchange. And that's what you're being asked to do here, is to let go of feeling like it's evil to expect money in return for the things you're doing, because it isn't. It's not evil to expect others to appreciate your time and your effort, your wisdom, your knowledge, and to give you what you deserve for that. Star Dancer. Plus, most people are going to put it to better use if they're actually willing to put something as important as money into it. You are somebody who is meant to shine, meant to stand out, meant to just be yourself. And it's time to just dance with life, to enjoy life, to sing, to really have hopes and dreams and go after them and believe in them, and to know that they can come true, that they're not just crazy fantasies, but they can become a reality. Courage to surrender. All my fears are at an end. It's time to hit the button marked send. Time to live for today. Don't let regret be your way. Put yourself out there and on the line. No more waiting for a sign. Leave your fears at the door. It's time to reach out and ask for more. If it's worth it, take a chance. Time to really step out and dance. If it doesn't work out, it's not the end. Sometimes you have to learn to bend. Rejection is protection. Believe it's true. Have the courage to just be you. You want someone who loves and wants you as much as you do them. If they don't, you will finally know, and you can walk away with no regrets or constant wondering. Love them enough to want them to be happy with or without you. Don't lose your peace over what's not meant for you, and don't lose what's meant for you from a lack of courage or feeling unworthy for it. So it's time to take that chance. It's time to take that risk. It's time to make that change. There's a song with that in it. Take a chance, take a risk, make a change. I don't remember what that song is. There is a song with that in it. But anyway, it's time to, to the man who let her go, I'm thanking you the most, thanking you the most. That's a really good song. You should check that song out. Don't be pissed off at the way other people treated this person in the past either, even though it can really piss you off, because, you know, a lot of the issues they may have surrounding things could be coming from that. A lot of the issues that you have surrounding things could be coming from that. So thank the person in both of your guys' past. Thank you next. For all of the things that they taught you, for all of the good things about them too, because I can think of good things about every single one of my exes. I can think of some bad things about all of them too, but it's all in what we focus on. And just because we weren't meant to be together didn't mean at one point in time we didn't share that love. And once you share that love is always there. Buried under the hurt, the pain, the sorrow, whatever else there is, the love is always there at the root of that. I don't know why I got into that big long tangent, but apparently some of you needed to hear that. So the courage to surrender your fears and to just let go and to put yourself out there and to allow yourself to take that chance to see if something could work. We have the hyena and we have the fox. You may be thinking that somebody is very seriously life partner material, somebody who is on your same level, somebody you can have fun with, somebody who is loyal, somebody who has a sense of humor, jokes a lot, somebody that really just... And at the same time, you may be worried that this person could be a predator, somebody out to get you, somebody that's going to hurt you, somebody that is going to make a laughing stock out of you. Don't worry about what anybody else thinks. Don't worry about the opinions of others. Don't worry about the way anyone's looking at you. Who cares? And you know what? So what if some people are laughing at you because you decided to take this chance and go after what you really wanted? Because guess what? They didn't have the balls to do that themselves. That's why they're busy making fun of you. It's time to end the cycles in the past. It's time to walk away from things that aren't serving you, things that aren't good for you. You may even want to take a trip somewhere. And if you are trying to plan a trip somewhere or you're thinking about it, you're being told to go ahead and take that trip. It may even be time for you to learn more about some other cultures or some other ways of being or living or thinking. And also, you may be very, very, very worried about all the competition there is in going forward towards this person that you feel like would be your greatest happiness, and it would be like a dream come true. But, you know, just because there's a lot of competition doesn't mean anything. I have a lot of competition for me, but I only let very few people in. And you know what? If I have let somebody in, they should feel pretty special, because I don't let many people in. And instead, they feel very insecure and like it's... Like, yeah, they really, it's, whether I reject them or I don't reject them, they got issues. I need somebody to be strong enough to be my man. I've heard that song recently, and I hadn't heard it in like 10 years. Gotta feel like hell tonight. Tears of rage I cannot fight. I'm the last to help you understand. Are you strong enough to be my man? It's time to feel in the cycle of feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you're unworthy, feeling like you'll be left out in the cold, feeling like you'll be abandoned, feeling like everything's going to come crumbling down and it's going to be the end of the world. Because you know what? You'll still get back up and you'll still walk away even after that. I mean, really, yeah, things hurt and it sucks, and you may have a lot of abandonment issues. I've had my fair share of that as well. And you know what? You learn from those things. You grow from those things. You overcome those things, or you stay stuck in that misery forever. And then you're just miserable forever. Why would you want to be miserable forever when you could take a chance at the happiest day of your life? So it's time to take that chance. It's time to step up into that passion, to look at things from a new perspective, to understand just how worthy you are of having what you desire. It's time to put your commitment into something. and to stop holding your commitment back simply because you're worried about whether or not what you have to offer is good enough. You have a lot of abundance around you, a lot of fertility around you. You are very strong. You're very down to earth, grounded. You are somebody that really has the ability to step into this fight with a stable, calm state of mind and to make an offer that is a good offer to this situation. So take that chance, take that risk, make that change, and do what's necessary to calm the fears in your mind, the anxiety in your mind, the competitive energy you're feeling, and get in there and be your best self. Don't worry about what anybody else has going on. Just be you and be your best self. Put your best foot forward so you have no regrets tomorrow about what you could have did today. Oh, that's a really good poem too. If Tomorrow Was the Last Day, I don't remember. Norma McCarrick, it's one of my favorite poems. I don't remember the title for some reason, but if I knew it'd be the last time that oh wow, I know this poem by heart too. That's the sad part. Anyway, if you knew it'd be the last time you'd see this person, what would you do? If you knew the world was ending tomorrow, what would you do? And make sure that your walk follows your talk. Don't just go out there and promise all these stupid flowery things that aren't real. Make your walk match your talk. Only promise what you can actually give. And know that that will be good enough for the person that is meant for you, even if this person isn't. But it is time to take that chance to see if this could be that time. And so I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what you have to say about it in the comments below. Let me know what happens in this situation. Let me know if you're going to take this chance. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.